Welcome back to another episode of Unheard Voice. This is episode 30, believe it or not, somehow.
Should have done
Um,
33, man.
I was
Episode
thinking of doing 33.
33, man.
I was thinking of doing 33, but I ain't got three more people planned in
uh,
it. Welcome to episode 30. Um, this is a very interesting one. This is a special one. This guest that I could say was late. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna put him on blast. He was late. So,
hey,
but
my bad, my bad.
but
That's such black
he
timing.
is uh he is a good friend, so I let that slide. I let it slide. But ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Chad Walron. Um Chad, just introduce yourself for a bit.
Um, Obviously, as my boy said, my name is Chad Warren. I'm 23. I play American football. Um, used to attend the Uni of Hearts, just like my boy. But used to play for Blitz, just like my boy. So yeah, man. What else you wanna know? What else you wanna know?
I think that'll be good. That'll be good. That's good. Right. So obviously, how long have you been playing American football? Let's get into the let's get into the little bits. How long have you been playing?
Started 2017, so it's literally literally 5 years probably to the dot. So I've been playing for
Okay.
5 years, properly for 4 years, because first year was a bit but yeah.
Okay. So where did you where did you find American football? Was it outside in the summer or was it
No,
until you
no,
got to
no.
uni?
So, funny enough, this is what's crazy. In my sixth form, because I went sixth form, yeah.
Yeah.
In my sixth form, we had a board about no, it was a year 11. In our PE department, we had a board about like just like everyone's sports achievements, And I saw a boy, he went to Loughborough University, and I remember he played receiver. He made a crazy ass catch. Still can't remember this boy's name, but that's when I was really like, oh, they play American football in the UK. Da, da, da. And in my head, I was like, when I go to uni, because I originally wanted to go to Loughborough. When I go to uni, I'm gonna try it out. Obviously, forgot all about that. But then I turned up to university, went to the sports fair, met my boy Kyle, and he was already playing on the team. And he just said, you know what, come along. And for me, it was just like I needed a sport because at that point I'd stopped playing sports. I was like, I
Yeah.
need a sport to keep me going through university because I'd played sports all my life. So then, yeah, I tried it out my first week in university in first year.
Hmm. Okay. And before that, what were you playing?
Oh, but what haven't I played? So I played rugby because I live in Kent. So rugby is a big thing. So I played
Yes,
rugby.
it
I
is.
played rugby a lot. I even played cricket because I'm Caribbean. I played cricket. I ran track. Yeah, so I've done quite a few things. Obviously, I played football, not American football, soccer as we would call it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I played soccer as well. But main thing was rugby and track, I'd say.
Okay. So obviously you've been playing for 5 years, but okay, you said that if your first year, yeah, playing wasn't so great. Why? Why wasn't
No,
it
I
great?
wouldn't say it was. I wouldn't say it wasn't so great. I'd say like when people normally ask me like how long have I been playing, because the first year I played receiver, and obviously that was my first year learning the sport, and we had a crazy team receiver wise first year. So it was like for me, I didn't really see the field. But obviously, I was new to the sport. All our starting receivers played before. We even had and then the next person up was Timmy, and Timmy played on 19s, all that. So for me, it's like I normally count my first year playing being my second year when I actually moved to DB and I was actually
Okay.
playing and actually more involved. But first year on like apart from the playing side, it was quite good for university as at university to be fair, the ball aspect because they were great. We had great ballers. I'm gonna be real. We had Ollie, we had Dwight, we had Kyle, James Schofield. Yeah, but we were quite stacked to be fair.
Yeah, that was a pretty big team. But what made you transition from receiver to DB? What
So
happened between that year?
one obviously I wasn't but it wasn't even about the playing time. I think as I started to learn the sport, watching it in my own
Yeah.
time, got into college football and stuff, and I feel like as I started learning the sport. and based on my rugby background, I said, I actually want to hit people. Like
Hmm.
the one part of football I actually got to do in first year was kickoff, and I used to line up next to Manny. We
Ah.
were on the kill side, so like I realized I actually enjoy hitting people. So then for me, it was an easy transition. And then the DB coach at the time, Matt Smith, got still got a lot of respect for him to this day. He was even like he was all down for it. He was like, yeah, come over to defense. He actually said he wanted me to play defense at first,
Oh.
but the way Coach Hatcher did it when we first went to the rookie thing,
Yeah.
everyone saw the skill position wise. He put us all at receiver, and then the receiver coach, the ones he didn't like, he'd chuck over to DB. But because I was fast, I couldn't catch. I was fast. The receiver coach held on to me. You know what I'm saying? So, fun enough, if I was slow or unathletic, I would have been put to DB in the first place. So,
Oh,
could have got an extra year.
that's actually kind of funny. So then, so your first year was at receiver. What happened in that first year? Was you didn't get play much, but then during the summer, what did you do? Did you go play
Uh,
during the summer?
yeah. So obviously, my first year, that's when I met Timmy. I met Gerard because we all tried out. We all started uni at the same time. Obviously, Timmy had played before,
Yeah.
and Kyle, obviously. So that was like our friendship group. So from there, a lot of time with them. They started teaching me ball stuff like that, and then they started telling me about obviously blitz and stuff. Obviously, Ollie and Dwight played blitz as well. So for me, it was like, oh, I can play this in the summer as well and get to actually grow in the sport. We're like, yeah. So we went along to blitz. You know when you do the trials in January,
Yeah,
the open stuff.
the taster sessions, yeah.
Yeah. So I went along to that, and then I thought, now would be a good time to just start defense. So we played Blitz B. Me, Gerard, Timmy played Blitz B that year, that summer. So summer 2018. Yeah, we played Blitz B.
Mm. Hmm. Okay, and what happened? So what happened during that year? Were you starter? Were you backing up someone, or
Boy, I was a
was it
backup.
just?
I was a backup, way. Do you know what's crazy? If I tell you some of the places, I did a lot of backing up before I went up to you. Hey, boy, I was
Oh,
a backup. If I tell people my journey, it's actually hilarious.
oh,
I was
oh, we're going. We'll go through your journey. Don't worry about that.
a.
I'm planning to go through your journey right now. Trust me. But okay, so you backed up pretty much your whole entire first year of actually playing. So 365 days, you were a backup, basically.
I'm not gonna lie, Blitzby, there was a game or two I started. That was even mainly due to availabilities. I'm gonna be real. That was mainly due to availability.
And how did you perform in those games?
Funny enough, one of the games I got 2 picks.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then obviously summer season finished. I'm guessing you lot got promoted that year to Division One, or were you lot still in Division Two? Did you lot finish in Division
Oh
Two?
no, we lost in the semis to the Cheaters.
Mm.
Yeah, we lost in the semis to the Cheaters, so we didn't get promoted.
Ah. And then obviously you went back to uni and
Yeah.
started playing defense. And
Started
I'm
playing
guessing
defense.
I'm guessing that year at uni was very fun.
That year, man. Hey, sometimes I randomly think about that year, man. I'm gonna be so real. That year was so much fun because I was playing
Mm.
with my boys. It was the only time in the UK. I know some people are gonna hate me saying this, but the only time in the UK I actually got proper coaching. And that was by Matt Smith. Um,
Proper
but even
coaching.
like, yeah,
Elaborate,
man.
please.
It's, it's the only coaching I've probably still used to this day from what Matt taught me.
Okay.
Matt, and that at that point he was the DC. We didn't have many coaches. He was basically running the whole thing, so he didn't even get to spend a lot of time actually teaching me certain things that we wanted to. Because even during the summer, Matt was coaching Blitz A at the time. He was coaching DB's Blitz A. So
Yeah.
during the summer, he talked about like what we were gonna work on. You get what I'm saying? But that year was just fun. Got to play with my boys. I had a lot of adversity that year. Like even before the start, so end of summer. tore my hamstring in for a game for Blitz B. Then about
Jesus.
5 weeks later, practice, the week before we started our season for Hearts, tore my other hamstring.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah,
you're worse
yeah,
than
bro.
Joe Hamilton.
Nah,
You're
nah,
worse than
no. There's not
that's
many people
bad.
worse than Joe, bro. There's not many
That's
people worse. Nah, back
okay,
then I was,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Nah,
But you're
it
healthy.
didn't,
You're healthy
it
now,
was
yeah.
funny enough, not yet.
Okay.
But yeah, like I didn't start off the season well, so I missed the first game. I remember we played Swansea away. I missed the first game. We lost that game, but then like yeah, we did what we had to do, man. You know, I learned a lot. Yeah, it was a good year. One probably my favorite year. We made the final that year. Again,
Wait.
I tore my MCL in the semi final, so I couldn't play in the final. Yeah,
Mm,
bro.
I don't know
It
who's
was a
worse.
packed year. It was a
I really
packed
don't.
year.
I really don't know who's worse. You or Joe? Like, okay, so all right. So you had 3 injuries that year. Wait, let's just say you had 3 injuries that year.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that final, was that the final where it was against Leeds or was it against Sterling?
Leeds
Leeds.
Beckett.
The Leeds game.
Oh gosh, yeah.
The Leeds game. So, oh, I think if everyone actually remembers that game, this is the game the that the Hertfordshire Hurricanes. How do I say it in a nice way? Because I'm a Hearts alum, and it hurts me to even say these words. But there was like pick sixes thrown in that game. Is that the
I
game?
think I think there were six thrown, four counted. Two came back for a block in the back or something like that.
Oh, right. So
And
obviously,
what's
yeah.
worse, I had to stand there and watch this from the sideline because I wasn't medically cleared to play.
So you couldn't even get involved to try and make an impact in the game. It
I
just
stood there, I stood there and just watched. I was like, wow, okay.
and it hurt. It just hurt a lot, didn't it?
That game is probably one of the most painful games I've. Yeah, actually, that's probably the most painful game I've been a part of. Obviously, I didn't play, but I've been a part of because we just went through so much adversity that year. Like we didn't have. I think we only had like three, four coaches on our staff. Like four
Wow.
coaches on our staff at that point. Like regular coach. Obviously, some every now and again you get one or two more that would help, but obviously work commitments and stuff like that. But like we went through that. We went through a lot of injuries. We just, yeah, and then obviously I'm in uni, so you got your uni struggles as well. It's my first year living off campus, so you got like those kind of struggles with the bills and stuff like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we went through a lot that year. So then the final comes around, and we had a losing season that year as well, by the way,
Wait, hold up, hold up. How did you have a losing season and still make playoffs?
because other teams were worse. Portsmouth were in our division. Jason ain't gonna
Damn.
like hearing that about Portsmouth. Portsmouth were in our division.
Oh, there's a couple man that won't that Portsmouth man that won't like that. There's a
Yeah,
couple.
even my boy Lawrence. Yeah, boy. Portsmouth were in that division. In our division. Fun enough, we finished with a losing record because our game against Portsmouth was meant to play away. We couldn't play them because their pitch got waterlogged,
Oh, so
and then they just didn't reschedule. So then we end up with a
they
losing
gave the
record.
forfeit. Damn.
Like, the game just didn't get rescheduled. We didn't get the dub.
That's kind of
So we
wild.
would have finished
And then
with a 500 record because we would have beaten them. We would have finished with a 500
okay,
record.
fair enough, fair enough. So then obviously after that upsetting defeat in the finals where you had
Mm,
where you had no contribution whatsoever,
zero.
none, zero, zilch. You went to back to senior ball, correct? To
Yeah,
play
yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah. Blitz
To
A.
play for the A team. Okay.
Yeah,
How
that's a
was
funny
how?
story in itself, man.
All right. So how did that come about? So you played for the Blitz B. So how did you
Mm.
come into the A team happen?
I'm gonna be real. It was a thing where I got to that point where I was like, because in my head I always have to progress. I
Yeah.
never like to stay stagnant. Like this year coming up would be the only year where I've not gone up a level. You get what I'm saying? I'm always going up. So for me, it
Yeah.
was just like, cool. I feel like I now know enough to at least contribute to the A team. Me, I didn't even think I was gonna get playing time like that.
Yes.
But for me, it was a thing where okay, I can learn. You get what I'm saying? I can learn from like the likes of Jason. You get what I'm saying? The likes of Bish.
Mm-hmm.
You get what even there's having someone like DJ at D tackles. Like I can learn from these guys and learn more about ball. Because remember, at this point, I've still not played ball for long, so it's a thing where I'm still learning a lot. So in my head, I was like, cool. Let me go up to this level and see. So I went to another taster session. Same thing in January, same thing. And I remember me and the boys said we were gonna try out for A, and I can't remember which Blitz A players it was at this time. They must have been just trying to say, like, just go B team, the B team again. Do you know what's funny? I've still got a clip on my phone of in that taster session, me getting a pick in team in the one of the two reps I had in, and that's what I'll never forget that. I was like, okay, yeah, me and the boys all made the A team, and then yeah, man, that's how it started.
Hmm. Fair. And how did that? How? Wait, what season was that? Was that the 2018? Was that the year that I came back to
2019,
Blitz?
2019, 2019, yeah,
That was the year.
2019 season,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
do
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that
yeah,
year.
yeah. Remember we lost 7-6 to Tamworth in the semis.
Yeah, I do remember that. So,
I didn't get
all
even that game was funny as well. Interesting.
right. So we both know how that season went. We both we, we both know how that season went. But before we get into that, yeah, there
uh,
was something that I wanted to know. Yeah. So
mhm.
your uni career, obviously, your uni career wasn't finished after this season. Actually, no, it was COVID the next year, wasn't it?
My last year
So you didn't
didn't
even get to
happen.
play your.
Didn't get to play my last year at uni ball.
So what would you do? Would you do? Would you ever think about doing a masters?
Nah, nah, nah. What? Two reasons. Two reasons, bro. I hate education. No, okay. I hate the way the education system is. One,
Yeah.
not even to be one of those people, but it just yeah, I have my reasons for hating the education system. And two, I just feel like the standard of uni ball has gone down. So I don't think like it would be. This sounds so self-absorbed, but I just don't feel like it would be worth it for me at this point. At this point in
Hmm.
my career, it just seems like more risk than reward.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm
You
saying? Because
do.
I make money from this sport now. You get what I'm saying? Like this is part of my livelihood. So imagine now I go play uni ball, something
Yeah.
happens, I get hurt because what uni ball ends in March, February, March. If I
Yeah. You
get
got
hurt
more.
February, for instance, if my MCL injury happened again, God forbid, same sort of time frame, I can't go Europe.
Ooh.
You get
Yeah,
what I'm
that's a
saying? So for
problem.
me, it's just
Yep.
like
That's a.
unless I generally decide that you know what would make sense, then obviously you ball is a way for me to get to that point because I feel like I possibly could get like a part scholarship somewhere. Yeah. Apart from that, yeah, man, I don't see myself doing it personally, but never say never, right?
Hmm. Fair enough. That's true. Never say never. That is very true. Okay. So let's go back to that 2019-2020 season in the summer.
Mm. Hmm.
Right. So the season started well. From what I remember, the season started off well. How did it start off for you? You weren't injured, were you?
No, no, I just wasn't starting. Barely got
You
reps.
wasn't.
Barely got reps. I was backing up Burkham.
Ah. And
Yeah.
how did you feel about backing up your boy Berkan?
Do you know what it was? Like, as I said, I didn't expect to start. I remember
Okay.
we wouldn't be able to turn up to every session because we had uni ball still.
Yes, and you couldn't
So
always.
yeah, especially the midweek ones, it was a thing where, and we went all the way to the final. So like, we can't turn. And then I remember I'm also injured, so I'm recovering
For a lot of.
for a lot of preseason time. So
Yeah.
it was a thing where yeah, so I didn't expect to start, but yeah, and funny thing is I didn't make the most of my opportunity when I even got in the first game. I missed a tackle on a I think they ran all hitches, and I came out from safety, and I flaked the tackle, bro. Like,
Ooh.
flaked the tackle. Damn, is this how I'm really gonna show these guys that I can play? So yeah, man, it was an interesting start. But that game, my boy Timmy scored a couple tuds, so it was like he got to prove himself. He became like a starter. Gerard did
Hmm.
his thing, so Gerard was getting more time in at cornerback. Yeah, so it was a bittersweet, start of the season.
Ah. And I remember because I'm looking at the schedule now. So obviously we played Olympians first, which was no, it wasn't Olympians first.
No, no,
Sorry,
no,
that's a
no. We
lie.
played a.
It was Aztecs first.
Are you sure? No, was it?
2019 season. Yes, we played
Okay.
Aztecs first, and we beat them 33-2.
Hmm.
Amazing how things have turned, how things have just flipped because of COVID.
Way.
It's very interesting to see. But yeah, I do remember these games. But then obviously there's a couple games up in here that were pretty tight. So do you remember the what happened in that Blitz Olympians game? The first one. The game ended 21-14.
I didn't play that game. I was still recovering. I didn't get to play that game.
You were injured.
So I played my first game for Blitz A was our home game against Farnham. I think it was. That was the second game of the season. Was it?
Yes,
Yeah,
41-0.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't play the Olympians game because I was still recovering.
But the Olympians game was fourth, and that was away.
No, wait. Which game was the first game of the season?
First game of the season was Bristol Aztecs.
Yeah, okay, I was recovering Bristol Aztecs. I
Okay, and
played
then the next
Farnham.
game was Rushmore. It was Farnham Knights. They changed their name. It's Farnham Knights was the second game.
Yeah, who was third?
Warriors.
Okay, I remember the proceeds of things now. Okay, yes, didn't play Bristol because recovering. Played
Yes.
Farnham. Didn't have the best game. And Warriors. So Warriors week comes around. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is when I think I made my stamp, sort of like to show these guys like, cool, I can ball.
Yeah.
Because it was Warriors away. I remember because me, Aaron, Timmy, Jared all traveled together to that game. Yeah, so I wasn't starting again. I wasn't starting.
I do remember this game.
Yeah, remember I got injured
Hold
that
up.
game. Remember. Bish and Carl
Yes,
had
I
to
remember
carry me.
this now. I remember we had to carry you off the field.
Yeah. I had to go get stitched up. I still got videos of me getting stitched up, man. Yeah, man. That game was so. Yeah, I wasn't starting. Wasn't even expecting to play. Like even beforehand, we were getting the train to the game. Me and the boys just joking. I was like, I'm here for vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for vibes. So the game's not going our way. Then DB coach looks at me and goes, "Next driver in." I was like, "Wait, so you didn't trust me to play against Farnham like that, but now it's Warriors. I'm gonna get some game time." Like,
Hey,
didn't
take
make
it.
sense to me. Yeah, but obviously me, like, I feel no man. So I go in, key, I make a key stop on. They try run like an outside zone on like a second down with one of their big ass running backs. Make a key stop, and then yeah, I had a decent game. Then I get injured. I was like,
Like I said, I don't know who's worse, you or Joe
yeah.
Allen.
Now I'm thinking about it. Me and Joe are really competing for who's got the unhealthier body. Damn. But yeah, so then yeah, because I didn't play Olympians. Because yeah, Timmy scored on a fade that game. I remember.
Yeah.
I never got to play it on Olympians field. But yeah, man, that Warriors game was interesting. That was probably the game I said to myself, uh, I feel like I can compete with some of the better players in the country.
Hmm.
That's when it really dawned on me. And then I had like my big bro Jason telling me like he thinks I've got something special. So I was thinking, oh, snap.
Hmm. Okay. And then obviously went on for the season. We beat Kent, beat Rushmore, well, we didn't beat Warriors the second time, I believe.
Ken was light work, man. Ken was light work, bro.
Obviously, we didn't beat Warriors the second time round.
I got my
Then we
first
played
pick
Bristol
though.
Aztec.
I got my first pick against Warriors
Yes, I
second
do
time
remember
round.
that. Yeah,
First
I
pass
remember
play of
that.
the game.
Pick.
You know
I was
what's
like,
crazy?
oh,
You know what's
okay, Chad.
crazy?
What was
That
that?
was when I got my. That was my first start for Blitz A.
Yeah,
When I saw Warriors coming up on the calendar again, I was like, listen, I don't care what's going on. I'm making every training session, and every training session I was just going hard, going hard, going hard. And I remember the game plan, and I remember I was talking about, okay, they like to do this with Tim Thomas. They like to run him on the fades. And so I was playing as a one high free safety. So I remember they ran the ball first play, cool. First and then second play, they go to. I just see that everyone drop like they go to drop back. QB goes to drop back. I just start charging over the top of the TT. And I look and the ball's just there. I was like, oh. So, but because that pick came so early, I thought we were winning that game.
yeah.
We were gonna win that game.
I think
No.
we all did.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Yeah, and then obviously that was a loss. Then we played Aztecs again.
I didn't play.
Yeah, that was away 20 to 8. Then we played Blitz versus Kent at home 42-0.
Yeah,
And then we played
that.
a,
Yeah.
and then we played a if I'm correct, we played a 7-hour game against the Olympians as our last game of the season.
Oh my God! I promise you, I just wanted to go home.
I
Cause
think
I
a
remember
lot
that
of us.
because that was the week before that is when I got my opportunity for GB,
Yeah,
like to go and trial per se. It was a weird encounter. So after that, it was like, cool, I'm back at Blitz. And I remember we knew we were going to beat Olympians.
yeah.
Like, we knew we were going to beat Olympians. And that game just get dragging on and on. And, bro, at one point, I remember all of us just saying, you know what, give them the win. Let's just go home. Like, because they didn't want to just give us the win.
Yeah, they didn't want to end it as what it was, and it was just
Like, you know what, just give them the win. Let's go home. Like, please,
because
like,
what we had Harry Brown break his leg,
yeah.
so that was like an hour wait for the ambulance,
And then two of
and
their
then
players got done up, didn't they?
I think Ivor ended up dislocating his elbow somehow,
Yeah, something crazy like that.
and then I think it was that they still wanted to carry it on and finish off the game, and
Bro, like, do you not see how many injuries are happening? Like, bro.
bro, we just sat there. I think a lot of people were just like, "Can we just go home?" Like I remember that game specifically. Like, can we just go home? I haven't eaten since like 6, 7, 8, 7 a.m., 8 a.m.
I'm a struggle uni student as well, so I don't eat before games. I eat after. So it's like,
Yeah.
bro, I've not eaten all day. Please let me. Was I working those times? I was working those times. It was like, bro, come on, man. Please, just let me go home.
I think that was a lot of people's mind. But obviously that season didn't end the way we wanted it to. So we went to Tamworth and what okay.
Oh gosh.
So that Tamworth game, all right?
Uh,
I know what it was like from an offensive perspective. How was it from your perspective as a defensive player?
no, one, I wasn't getting game time, so I was riding the bench most of the game.
Yeah.
Two, it was just like the defense were doing our job. Like, think about it, the only points they scored was a pick six
Yeah.
because offense decided the old coordinator decided to call the same play 5 times in a row, thinking defensive players are that stupid. If you call all hitches 5 times in a row, come on, man. Like, no one's that stupid. Eventually, someone's gonna clock on.
Uh
So yeah,
yeah.
man, it was frustrating. It was like, come on, defense did not concede a single point. But for me, I was just like, all right, cool, the season's done. Nah, but let me get on that long. 'Cause I remember I drove up with
You drove
Burpen.
up, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I was like, bro, let's just get out of here. Because then I live in Kent, so when he dropped us back to London,
You still
and
had to.
then had to get back to Kent. You know what I'm
Jesus.
saying?
Yeah, that's
So it was
emotional.
just like, bro,
So
yeah.
then after that, you went back to uni. But then hold up, that uni season didn't the season start? Did the season start or did it stop halfway through
No, no, we had the full season because COVID started
in March?
in March. So
Yeah, we
we,
didn't play. Yeah.
yeah. So we, fun enough, it would actually been better for us if COVID had came a little bit earlier because we wouldn't have got relegated.
Yeah, I want to slap every single one of you, like, the fact that
Listen,
the
I promise you that was, I can genuinely say that is not the players' fault. Have you seen that video like the little kid in the huddle in America go, "This ain't on the players, it's on the coaches." The coaches. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. That
oh god,
was on our interesting head coach.
oh, so obviously got relegated that year. I remember looking online and I saw that you lot had to beat Swansea. All right, I need you. All right, so I need you to give me the play-by-play on what exactly happened in that game because
I'm just gonna let you know one play, and that should sort of give you a start of how our coach was doing things. Because I had to play both ways that year.
yeah,
Yeah, cool. It was 3rd and 15. He called an end around on 3rd and 15. Even when he called the play, we were in the huddle because he called it into the QB, our French QB, Leo, my guy to this day. He called the play. Leo looked at his play sheet because I was the one on the end around.
yeah.
So he called the play. We all looked at each other in the huddle like, "That for real?" And then certain people didn't block properly. So the funny thing is, the play could have worked if people had blocked properly,
All
but
right,
it's still like you don't call that play. That's what happened. It got to the point, yeah, he called plays into the huddle. Timmy just told the QB, "Leo, we're not running that. Call whatever play you want. If there's anything after the game, we'll back you up because we're not running." Bro, it was like another 3rd and 20 or something. Guys calling like a power run. Bro, we said, "Nah, we were." Even the old line all agreeing with us like, "No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that." We said, "Leo, call a different play."
so
That's how bad it was.
why didn't anyone say not run a different play on that end around then?
Still earlier on in the game, so I feel like we'll just, let's just give it a chance because we all in our heads we're like, we're winning this game. We have the players to win this game. Even
Yeah,
with this bad coaching, we have the players to win this game. So I think we even allowed that. I think after the end around is when we all sat there on the sideline. We're just like, actually, I never got to the sideline because I was playing offense, defense, special teams. So I feel like we just got there and we're just like, you know what? Nah, nah. This guy's just trying to get us relegated. He's an agent of Swansea because he's a Birmingham agent or something because that's the only explanation.
my gosh. So then, obviously, the dread, the that dreaded moment happened. You lot lost that game and got relegated. Um, did you lot care from any of the alumni after that happened, or did you lot just shut off your Instagrams and Facebooks and all that and just blank every single person that tried to message you about it?
Bro, we heard it from everyone. Oh my gosh, we heard it from everyone. Oh, that was so sad. Because I even remember that year, because what that happened in March. Yeah. To be fair, I didn't really hear it on socials too much. Obviously, Ollie messaged me, uh, Kyle messaged me, but when I fully started hearing it is when it was going towards summer and when Blitz were doing this. No, no. February happened, it happens, and then I'd signed a contract for GFL2.
Yeah.
This was literally probably like a week before COVID stopped everything. I decided, let me go and watch the Blitz practice at Market Road. Not Market Road. What's where you did the preseason?
Yeah, Market Road.
Yeah, Market Road.
Yeah.
Cool. I said, let me go watch, and everyone was letting me know. Everyone was letting me know about it. I was just like, if only they knew.
All right, but then fair enough. As you stated, you signed a contract for GFL 2 that year, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, what gave you the confidence to try go play abroad? Was it maybe that you got into? Did you get into GB that season? Did you get in GB that year, or what gave you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
the
got in
thoughts of doing it?
GB. I got in GB the 2019 summer 2019. So with the GB journey, uh, that was crazy as well because the year I first started playing DB, I remember Timmy went for a trial at GB. A couple people were going for a trial at GB because what happened is they had a coach or two come to the finals,
Yeah.
and our coaches were meant to recommend players. No one recommended me,
Ooh.
which me and my boys were a bit like, okay, because I would say that I was a leader in that team, in the finals team.
Yeah.
So cool. No one recommended me now. So yeah, but then the summer's going on now, and the summer's going on now. The summer's going on, and I'm just here training, rehabbing, da da da. And then one day Duncan calls me randomly, and he was like, "Okay," because remember Dot got injured. Dot got
Yes.
injured.
Yes, I do remember that.
So Duncan calls me, and he's like, "Look, we're having GB training camp this weekend. Um, we got a spare spot. You you possibly may not make the full team, but I want to give you opportunity to be around GB. Get used to that vibe." Obviously, I said yes. I was like, yes, 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 yes. And I was still recovering from an injury at that time, so I wasn't even fully fit. So yeah, so I went along now, and I remember we had like a 2 day training camp. I went up with Ibs, my boy
Yeah.
Ibs. So we had a 2 day training camp. I wasn't even able to compete in all the sessions because of my injury, but I was forced. Like I was in so much pain, but I was going through it, all this kind of stuff. Um, and then yeah, and then we played the Tamworth game,
Yeah.
and then just after that, we find out if we made the selection for the Russia game.
Oh.
So I
That
made the
quick?
Russia game. Yeah, because the Russia game was no, 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 no. It was Sweden first. Was it Sweden then Russia? No, Russia first. It was Russia first. Because the
Okay.
Russia game was quite early on in the uni year. I'm pretty sure because we played All Star because we had an All Star game that year as well.
You played the All-Star game and then you flew out. You went to play the Russia game, or was it that you played Russia and then went to the All-Star game?
No, All Star game, Russia, then Sweden. So I had the All Star game right when I moved back into uni.
Yeah.
Then the Russia game was, I would say, mid Octoberish.
Okay.
I think it was no, it was even 3 years ago today. Yeah, 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 yeah. I saw someone post something. It was 3 years ago today. It was 3 years ago today. So we had that. We had the Sweden game like 2 weeks later. But then with the Sweden game, that we played that on a Saturday, and then we flew back Sunday morning. Sunday morning, drove up to Bristol to play for Hearts against Yui. So I played 2 games in 24 hours.
Yes, I do remember. I do remember. I remember that there was a conversation. It was like, so there was a couple of you that had to go there, and we were just like, how the hell are they going to play on like a couple hours sleep? Because wasn't that this session that a couple of you lot missed the plane ride?
Yeah, yeah. I just knew it wasn't gonna be me. Lights, the lights.
So
Siblings, bro. No, yeah, I knew because basically, yeah. Long story short, a couple people missed the plane in it, or like something happened, and it was for me. It was like, bro, I have a game. Like I'm about to go play a game. Like you get what I'm saying? So yeah, it was a crazy. It was a crazy experience.
Uh, so then, obviously, again, I've not reached that level of playing it for GB, so I don't know what it was like. But what was it like to get your first cap playing for?
it was a fun experience because I got to play with my boys. Yeah, I
Yeah,
met some. So obviously, I was boys with Bish, Jason. That's when me and Jason really started getting close. Obviously, we played together, Blitz and stuff. And then that's when through the GV process, that's when I met Eddie. I met Montel, he's a receiver, played
yeah,
at Cologne Crocodiles this year. Met MP Nathaniel Prince, who's abroad this year as well. I met Joe Cassie, who's actually now playing D3 uh, uni ball in America. Like, because we were like the young cats coming through, so it was a real good experience. Like, we all got to we all got to see what it's like to play at a bit of a higher level. Obviously, Eddie at that time, that summer, Eddie was playing for Potsdam in GFL 1, so Eddie was like the one that was a bit more experienced than the rest of us, the young cats.
yeah,
But yeah, man, it was good. I feel like some of us didn't get the playing time we deserved, but you know, you, you know
yeah.
how UK ball goes, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah,
but the experience was good. I got to see ball. It was the highest level of sport I've ever played. So yeah, man. Although I don't count myself as a British guy, like I'm from Barbados, you get what I'm saying? But it was good to represent the place that I can call home, innit? You
yeah.
get what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So
That's fair. So then,
yeah,
obviously, once that season had finished, and then you went to GFL 2. How was
COVID.
so? What was the difference? Yeah, between oh wait, COVID, yes,
So I signed the contract the week before I meant to fly out.
and it just so did you not play? No, did you not play that season? Because I know that some
No,
leagues in
no,
Europe.
no, 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 we didn't play that year. No, GFL did not play in 2020. But Poland played later on in the year, later on in the summer because Glenn met Poland.
Yeah,
Sweden had a league as no, Finland had a league.
because I know some leagues were active that season,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
later on in the
a
year,
couple leagues. Yeah, yeah,
once it hit like more summertime.
yeah,
So
summertime. But GFL decided like it was
no,
up in the air for a while. But then after a while, GFL were like, yeah, nah.
okay. So with that happening, yeah, how much of a mental hit did that hit you? Like you were just like, damn, I was about to, embark on something completely new, and then it just slipped through your fingers.
I don't think I could put it into words, bro. That that mental hit was crazy, like absolutely crazy. It hit me hard because obviously, even without thinking about ball, COVID, like, it's the first time in our generation in a couple generations that they've ever experienced something like this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I'm at university. I'm used to being out, and I was throwing an event. I used to throw events in uni. So
Uh,
like we we're used to always being out. Like everyone says we're outside. We were always
yeah.
outside. You know what I'm saying? We Hearts was fun back then. Let's just put it that way. Hearts was fun. So we go from that now being in the crib. They've closed gyms. You like, so I had to find a way. So I was just obviously JFL was so up in the air at that point. So I never knew if things would calm down. So I'm training on a field by
Your house.
by my crib every day. I'm
I
doing
remember this.
field work every day.
I just remember seeing videos on Instagram every single day. Every single day, you just see new video of Chad running,
Yeah,
Chad doing
that's when
ladders,
I started. That's when I started my athlete page. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because
Chad
COVID
catching
just gave me
balls and everything. Like,
every day, bro, without fail. Like Gabriel can attest to this. It'll be raining. Like I remember one time it was raining like mad. Me and Gabriel was still out there every single day. Me and Aaron will wake up at 5 a.m. We'll just FaceTime each other whilst we're doing a little home workout.
mm,
Glenn and Mike at AT Performance, they'd do their online
online class.
Instagram live home workouts. I did anything I could to just keep things ticking over. Obviously, it was hard, whatever, but you can only do what you can, innit? But it was a massive mental hit. Like one of the worst things I've experienced. I might even be the worst I've experienced. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. And then obviously COVID stopped last year.
Mm.
You went to play in, was it GFL 1 or GFL 2?
Yeah, yeah, GFL 1. I went to
So
play.
you upgraded. So you upgraded
Yeah,
from GFL
man.
2 to GFL 1. What team did you play
Yeah,
for?
played for the Allgäu Comets in the GFL One South.
Okay. And how was that experience from UK ball?
It was it was different. It was different. So lucky for me, at the team I had the OG Janelle.
Yeah,
Janelle Pele used to play at Blitz back
still
in the
there, believe.
day. Yeah, so he was at Allgäu. So like at least I had someone I knew. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
But it was the first time because I'm not much of a traveler. I don't really go to countries like that. You get what I'm saying? I'm more
Yeah.
Barbados, England, Barbados, England. So weird being in a country where things are in another language. Not everyone speaks English. It was a different experience, like having to navigate things. But like football wise, like I enjoyed it. There were some tough times. Obviously, it's your first year out in Europe. Salary ain't the best, usual good stuff. But it was a good experience, and it really showed me that I can do this because I'm playing against ex college players, ex CFL players. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best players in Europe. So
Hmm.
yeah, man, it really showed me that okay, I have something that I can use long term.
Yeah, and it works. And it worked. It worked because then you got the honor in being a part of the first. Was it the first ever season of the ELF, or was that
No,
was that
last year was the first season of the ELF. That's what was
okay?
crazy.
So then this year you played in the ELF, but you played for two teams, right? Or was it one?
I played for two different teams this year.
Okay, so so the two teams, I believe the first one
Uh,
was Istanbul with Chris, with
yeah,
Tamworth receiver Chris, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, and then I'm not gonna lie, you lot were doing pretty well as players, not the team
Yeah,
itself. Not the team
as players,
itself. The
we
team
were
wasn't
doing our
doing,
thing.
yeah, the team wasn't doing so great. But then randomly there was you both got released at the same time. What exact? So
Ah.
right. So with that, yeah. So how was the? I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it, but how was like the contract situation with Istanbul and stuff like that?
Normal European contracts. You know what I'm saying? The way the coach wanted to do things, the guy recruiting me, the way he wanted to do things, I got paid slightly less than I would have wanted. But then again, I was in the Turkish economy, so it was a thing where my money would stretch more, if
Yeah,
that makes sense. Because I was getting paid in euros, so it it kind of was an advantage that way. Because say I was getting paid the same amount in Germany,
yeah.
I'd technically be saving more of my money in Turkey. Like things were super cheap in Turkey, like ridiculously cheap, bro.
Damn.
Like you could buy like a 2 liter bottle of water, a pack of sweets. I think altogether it came to like 60p or something like that. Cause I used to pay my Monzo, so my Monzo will come up and tell me the conversion, and
Price.
I look at it and I'm like, bro, like we were all putting on weight because we were always eating out because eating out and cooking would be the same amount roughly because of buying groceries and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always eating out. It was an experience though. It taught me a lot. It taught me a lot. But
Okay.
contract wise, based on the contract, things were gonna be all right. I was gonna be in a place that would make sense, where I could prove myself to other ELF teams and stuff like that.
Okay. And then obviously, I think there was a game where you lot lost like really badly, and then you and Chris and a couple other guys got released that week, which was a shock to a lot of people. I have to admit, it was a big shock to a lot of
Uh,
people that they were just like, "What happened though?" I swear, the game before that exact same game, you got a blocked field goal, and then ran it back for a touchdown.
block punt for a tud.
There we go. So what was what was the reasoning that they decided to release you guys? Like,
Um, Chris, Chris's one was due to injury. He had an injury which was a thing where he wanted to see whether it was best for him to come home, rehab it, and then see if he can come back out.
Okay.
So I know about that one. Me, I'm gonna clarify this now to everyone. Ask for my release.
You asked for your release.
Ask for my release. And people can believe what they want, but those who know me, come on, I asked for my release. Like, let's be realistic here. You just had a player that blocked a punt for a touchdown, the only touchdown you guys scored that game. Are you releasing him?
No, not really. No, you wouldn't. But so
Don't make sense.
so what came to fruition that made you be like, yeah, I don't want to be here no more. It's time for me to time for me to leave.
A lot of things weren't honored in the contract. Like
I
a
see.
lot of things they were very booky about things. You know what I'm saying? Like and they they were just messing us about. Like you know what I'm saying? For me, it just wasn't making sense. We didn't have a physio at practice until like the week going into our first game of the season.
That's
Um,
not right.
yeah, like we didn't get into pads and helmet until we I think it was the practice before we had our scrimmage, which we had to scrimmage ourselves because I don't think they were gonna fly anyone to Turkey to scrimmage with us. But that pads and helmet thing, that's just because the border control at Turkey, they can make up whatever rules they want.
Yeah, not let anything
So
through.
like they just held on to our stuff. Like that's not got anything to do with our GM head coach. That's just the border control
Wow.
doing what they want. Um, we even flew out later than everyone else was reported to their teams by like April 30th. Because with the ELF they have a rule like you couldn't report people before a certain date.
Yeah, only after.
So everyone was flying out literally within the same week. I was seeing that from my comfort of my own crib back in the UK. Because literally a couple of days before we were meant to fly out the original date, they changed it to like the next week.
Oh,
And I was thinking, okay, that should have been the first red flag in my head, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. But yeah, just a lot of things weren't making sense for me personally. So I had to do what's best for me. So for me, like I'm gonna be real with you guys. I wanted to leave before the first game of the season.
first game.
Before the first game of the season.
Oh wow, was it that bad?
Yeah, bro. It was. I wanted to cut. I wanted to get out of there. But for me, it was like, let me get. Part of me was wanted to stay because the other imports I was with, like we had a great import group. We all became real close. Like we still talk to each other to this day. Still got a group chat. Like we all became close through the adversity. So part of me wanted to stay because I knew what could have been
Yeah.
in a better situation. And then the other part of me was like, cool, let me show the rest of the league what I can do. Because
Okay.
we can move teams, remember? So yeah, but then with this league, you have to get released by one team to sign with another.
Ah, I see. So you couldn't.
So it was a bit tricky for me at first. I was thinking, okay, how do I go about this? How do I, navigate this whole thing? You know what I'm saying? So part of me waiting that period of time was trying to figure out how to navigate it properly because
Okay.
you obviously teams can paint you in whatever light they want to, and people are gonna believe them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to think, how am I gonna navigate this in a way where my reputation isn't tarnished because they want to tarnish it?
Yeah. And blackball you from everything.
Yeah. So that was what I was trying to figure out. So first game happens, and I was facing the Cologne Centurions, who I was actually meant to sign with originally, but a couple things happened. So for me, that game was always important to me. I was like, cool, I'm gonna show these guys why they should have signed me. That game was a very close game. I played. I didn't play to the best of my ability.
That you played.
I played. I played enough for people to notice me.
Yeah.
Then the next week we play Berlin, so we traveled to Berlin. and
I remember that game.
that's when I get the block punt. So then after that, and some crazy things happened before the game. That in my head I was like, I'm out of this place. Like, I'm leaving.
Wow.
So even before the game, in my head I was at 90. I'm real. Before we even flew to the game, I was at 90% out in my head. The craziness happened right before the game. I was 99% out in my head.
Wow.
Then I get the block punt for a touchdown. I remember even talking to one of my boys, one of my A imports. That happens. Halfway through the game, I looked at him. I was like, "Yeah, I'm out of it. I've got a block punt for a touchdown. Like, someone is gonna sign me." You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real. After that, I said in my head, I was like, "Yeah, I'm out of it."
Damn. That's a
3 days late, what was it? Because we played on a Saturday. No, we played on a Sunday. Flew back on a Monday. Got my release papers on the Tuesday.
and you're back home.
They flew me home on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
I signed for Cologne on a Saturday.
Because I remember seeing. Wait, weren't you at the Blitz game that Sunday before? Because you came back and we asked you, and I believe that you ended up flying out. So how did
Oh
you?
yeah, I came to. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So how did that Cologne? So obviously you you're a former player of Cologne now, because I think everyone just get released from their teams, or
Yeah, technically my contract's done. Yeah,
okay, so
contract's done.
it's always going to be just a 1 year contract going on
Uh,
until
some. I think now you're gonna start seeing multi-year contracts from. I believe from like this or next season you'll start seeing multi-year contracts. But for now, yeah, everyone just stands like 1 year,
hmm,
1 year deals basically.
nice. And then all right, you're a baller. I know you're a baller. But when you walked onto the field for the first time, did you have a big crowd at Istanbul? Was there like
Cause
a decent sized crowd?
uh, the two games I played for them were away. So when we played Cologne, first game of the year for them, yeah, and it was the first game of the season
Yeah,
because every all the other games in ELF were on the Sunday. We were the only game on the Saturday.
yeah, we watched that.
So
I remember paying the £5 just to watch it. You
yeah,
know, listen,
it was a big game. Like we were the only game on a Saturday.
yeah,
So it was interesting. It was real interesting. Like, but one thing for me, I've realized this season proved it for me. Before the games, I'll be like, oh yeah, like, oh, this is a crowd. But once the game starts, like I don't even notice.
you zoned them out.
I don't notice any of that. Like I zone out completely. So for me, it didn't really affect. Because even during that this season, this year, I managed to play in front of 10,000 people when we played Ryan Vile. So that was
Ooh.
crazy. But even then, like when I think about it, during the game, it didn't affect me. The only thing it was okay, it was a big noise, so communication. We had to do more hand signals to communicate with each other. Da, da. But apart from that, like
You
it
didn't really.
didn't really affect me. I'm gonna be so real.
Damn. Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm just blessed that God gave me the opportunity to actually play in front of that many people.
That is a dream to play in front of that many people without going to the US.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. But hey, I'm still trying to. It ain't done for me, boy. That's only the beginning.
Okay. Now, so let me get this correct. So you've played uni ball, you've played
Mhm.
B team at Blitz, you've played A team at Blitz, you've
Mhm.
played for GB Lion, you've played for the GB Lions,
Mhm. All
you've
stars as well.
All
Uni all
Stars,
stars.
Uni All Stars as well. Let me not forget that. You have played for GFL One, and you've played at
Mhm.
the highest level in Europe.
Yeah.
And this is all in the space of 5 to 4 years.
All of it was in the space of 4 years. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I had with a COVID. Yeah, actually. Wow, that's crazy.
yeah, all of that within the space of 4 years. And also, I didn't even mention that you were selected as one of the first ever NFL international programs combined to happen in the UK and
Oh,
and the CFL combined.
yeah.
So you were part of, bro. Like, all right. How was the fact that you got selected for the two major leagues in the world to go to a combine? for them. How was you feeling? Like, how?
You know
What was
what's
your? What was your?
funny? You know what's hilarious, bro? I can remember that day so clearly when the IPP scout messaged me. Um, because obviously Glenn and I both played together at the
Yeah,
Comets last year, so our rooms were right opposite each other. So obviously Glenn's a big bro to me, right? So we would spend a lot of time together, bro. Like we're two UK boys, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I remember we were in Glenn's room watching Suits on Netflix. We were just watching it. Yeah, we're chilling there watching it. I get a DM from one of the scouts on my Ashley page. Say, hi, my name is Kane. I'm a scout for the. We want to know if you're interested in doing the combine. I remember just having my phone like this. Yeah, I read it. I just showed my phone to Glenn. We both looked at each other. I'm all like, hmm. Just put the phone down. Didn't reply it yet. Just put the phone. Carried on watching Suits. In my head, I didn't believe it because for me, I've always been told I'm undersized. I'm too short. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So for me, the thought of even getting a chance to even be considered to be placed on the NFL team wasn't even in my mind at all. So
Jesus.
when that happened, I just kept it quiet for. I kept it quiet. Me and Glenn, I told Janelle, told Glenn. Obviously, my boys group chat from back in the UK, they all knew. But apart from that, I kept it quiet. I didn't tell people like anything. And then towards the end of the season, there was a day. I remember we were about to go to. Yeah, we had training that day. I think this must have been just before our playoff game. We had training. I remember I was chilling in the crib. I'd just gone out with a couple of my German teammates. I come back to grab my stuff for training.
Yeah.
About to leave. So I've come back in the house. I've got internet again, and my phone is just going off. I'm thinking, wait, what's going on? The only message I could see was Dan Howard. He said, congrats on the IPP, mate. I was like, oh, let me guess, they've released it to everyone. I said, oh man. But yeah, man, it was a surreal moment that I didn't even believe it at first. Because I said I've been told I'm underweight, I'm undersized all my career.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Even I can show you me messaging every coach in Europe trying to get a shot. Like you ain't got the size. We like your tape, but you ain't got the size. All this. So for me, an opportunity to even try for the NFL wasn't on my mind at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a surreal moment. I wish I could have had a lot more time to prepare. Obviously, it's different. Everyone's got European seasons at different times, so that's trying to get a time to fit everyone. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good moment, and then from there, you sort of assume if the NFL are looking at you or the NFL scouts are looking at you, then the CFO are going to look at you. So from
Yeah.
there, we sort of just assumed, like a couple of us that did it, we sort of just assumed that the CFO one would come around, but then we didn't think it was happening. And then like
It just came out of the
three
blue.
three 3 weeks before, they were like, "Oh yeah, we got an email." Like, duh, 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 duh. We're like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
So then, all right. So obviously, there was only one person selected from that GF CFL combine from the UK, and that was David. Oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher his name so badly. Is Yuna? Is Yuna? Oh god, I don't
I
even want to say
actually
it.
don't have to pronounce Big Bro's
Let
last
me not
name. I
say
just
it.
call him
Let me
David,
not
innit?
say it. Yeah, let's just go with David. So obviously he was the only one that really got drafted, but then that hasn't deterred you from trying to make it. Have you? Are you? Is that your still type of your goal? Get over to North America, play there, or are you happy to get a multi contract in the GF in the ELF?
My main goal is to make a living off this.
Okay.
Whether that is that's my first goal, but to make a living off this, whether that's in the States, in Canada, in Uzbekistan, in wherever, you know what I'm saying. I want to be able to feed my family off this. But then another goal of mine would be just to play at the highest level God will allow me to. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I want to keep breaking because I feel like what UK ballers have done in the last couple of years is really started to break that barrier down again. because there
Yeah.
has been a stigma over the ballers in the UK over the last like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like what we're doing, what Glenn's done by rushing for 1.5k, what David's done by killing it, making the CFL, then coming back to Berlin and just killing it.
Doing. Yeah.
What JD's done, what Andy's doing, what Emmanuel's doing, what all these guys are doing, what TJ's doing. It's just like it's allowing more people just to dream about opportunities like this. Like for example, us last year, we didn't think this opportunity was even going to come about. So for
No.
example, the difference between last year and this year, guys saw that last year and then started prepping straight away. Like guys have been
Everyone
prepping
put
for
in
a whole
work.
year for this.
Yeah.
Everyone's been putting in work. We weren't like I'm real. Putting in work thinking about an IPV combine. I was putting in work thinking about playing the season and then breathing and then off season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like now, like I've had people hit me up on my athlete page. It's like, yo, like, how did you do it? Da. All this. Like, you've inspired me. I'm thinking, me, bro, me inspire someone.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Yeah,
chilling.
yeah, you know,
I'm just chilling.
you put in all that hard work, but you deserve to have some sort of reward coming from it. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
man. But still grinding, still doing what I can. I'm still young, so I got a long
Yeah,
way to go.
here you are. All right. Um, cool. So normally I would have waited to do this a bit later, but I'm gonna do it now. Cool. I think you know what's probably coming anyway. So I want you, yeah, to give me your starting 11 offensive players and 11 defensive players of people that you've played with or people that you've played against or people that you've known that you would like in your team. And also, you cannot put yourself in that lineup and
Oh, I never put myself in the
yeah,
lineup.
you can't put yourself in that lineup and you get to pick the offense, the type of offense that you're playing and the type of defense that you're playing.
Oh,
So,
yeah. All
and
right.
remember, you have to name offensive linemen and defensive linemen.
Hey, I'm fair with that. I'm fair with that.
All
All
right,
right,
cool.
boom,
So we'll be starting with.
cool. We're gonna go O first, cause save the best for last. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
So at center, I'm going Dan Howard.
Okay.
Right guard, I'm going Lewis Thomas. Play with him, but he played for Hamburg this year, All Star from the UK. Played against him because he played Nottingham when I
Oh,
played. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
No, he's going left guard. Sorry, left guard, left guard. Then I'm going Frank, left tackle.
Frankie.
Frank, left tackle.
Okay.
Okay, right guard. Who have I played? Where have I played? I played uni.
Also, what
The
team? What team do they play for so people can sort of get an idea?
Oh, Frank played Nottingham like earlier this year for his masters, and he played at Hamburg Sea Devils when they made the final this year in the ELF.
Yeah.
Lewis played at Nottingham, played at Hamburg Sea Devils as well. My right guard, I'm gonna go Ollie as my right guard.
Wait, Ollie.
Some Nolo, yeah.
Really?
I'm going as my right guard. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
I'm going Ollie as my right guard. 'Cause Ollie can just move around that whole line. Like
Yeah.
he's athletic. He knows what he's doing. Right tackle, I'm going Ibs.
Okay.
I'm
That's
going
a
Ibs.
solid. That's one solid ass line.
Yeah, boy. As my RB, bro, the RB position is so hard because
See, I love it. There's always a position that people can't pick.
I know who I'm picking,
I
but
know who
like
you're
the
picking. I think
position,
we all know who you're picking.
everyone knows who
Every
I'm
single
picking,
person. Whoever
bro.
doesn't know who he's picking, then you are off. You are on some next
Yeah,
type of planet.
boy.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard position because I got to give lights to the guys like Dwight, um, Gabriel. Who else have I played with? I played with, boy, even my boy from America, Jalen, call him Speedy. Played with him this year at Istanbul. Yeah, man. I played with even my boy. I played with Cologne this year, J Mac baller. But I feel like the guy I have to go with, and I don't even just say why, has to be that ugly guy, Glenn,
That ugly
my
Glenn.
big bro. Yeah, man. I got the pleasure of playing with him at Algoy last year. Was meant to play against him this year, which I was really looking forward to. But
Yeah.
then I
Okay.
switched teams. But yeah, Glenn's Glenn. Nah, bro,
Yeah.
I don't need to say anymore.
No words needed.
Um, yeah, QB. Where have I played?
Kit.
Um, QB. You know what? I'm going to go with. I'm gonna go with the QB I had. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with a British guy. You know, let me switch up. I'm going with British. I'm going with Hux. Sam Huxtable. That's
Okay.
my guy.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
played with my Algo last year. Played against him a couple of years when he played at Swansea. Um, yeah, man, that's just my guy. Good, humble guy. Can use his legs, whatever. My four receivers. This is another techie
Oh,
thing
he's
because
going
some
spread.
people, yeah.
Yeah. Some
Oh,
people
I
are good.
have to, but
Some people. Some people. Oh,
some people are gonna miss out.
who, who are you leaving out of this list? Because
I can't. I'm gonna have to leave a couple of my boys out. But if I'm honest, if I'm being totally honest, and I'm gonna go with all people I've played with, I feel like it's unfair to mention any Americans on this list. Actually, no Americans. I'm gonna go no
all
Americans.
right, no Americans. All right, that's fair.
Because otherwise, bro, that's cheat code. I'm gonna go Montel.
All right.
Cologne Crocodile this year. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Nathaniel Prince. He played at Berlin Adler this year. I'm going to go. Oh, two more receivers. Who do I want? I'm going. I'm going Timmy. I'm going
Okay.
Timmy.
I was wondering where his name was.
No, no, no. I was thinking. That's why I said no Americans. Because if I had Americans, Timmy might have to miss out. But based on natural ability, yeah,
Okay.
Timmy is there. And then, oh, bro, I know I'm forgetting people, but it is what it is. Oh, I'm gonna go Chris. I'm gonna go Chris.
Okay.
Chris is a freak of nature. Yeah, bro. That
Decent.
yeah,
Decent
yeah.
offensive ability.
We gonna be a play action team. We gonna run the ball. Try to stop the run. We gonna play action the hell out of you.
Huh. Kind of like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now tell me the whew,
The big
defense.
boys, the
Now
good people.
I know for a fact this is gonna be hard for you, right?
It's gonna be techie. It's gonna
So
be
this is
techie.
so everyone that does not get mentioned, just remember to hit him up. Like if he don't get mentioned, hit Chad up and ask him why. Like you need to understand why he didn't
You
choose
put it
you.
this way. Put it this way. If you don't get mentioned, the person that gets mentioned ahead of you, you as a baller should realize why they got mentioned ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna pick people for the sake of picking people,
Yeah. All right.
especially on defense. This is my people.
All right. Let's go.
Um, so I'm gonna go over three down linemen. Again, I'm gonna go no Americans
Hmm.
because yeah, I'm gonna go no. I feel like just mention Americans is unfair, man. You know what I'm saying?
True. That's true. That's true.
So as my D tackle, I'm gonna go DJ.
Yeah.
Nah,
Obvious.
that one was. That's why I said
Automatic.
no Americans as well. 'Cause if I had to mention American, I'd put my guy Chris. I played with this year ahead of DJ because Chris
Okay.
should be in the NFL. But yeah, I'm gonna go DJ. Then I'm going to go. What other D lineman do I know that I played with? Oh my gosh, we talked about this the other day. Remember Uncle Ryan?
Yeah. Michelin starts
Uncle
stiff. Yeah.
Ryan.
Okay.
Uncle Ryan. Played with my hearts. Played my son 1 year whilst he was on his masters. This guy was built like a brick. Actually, I'm gonna put him as a D tackle position. I'm gonna put DJ in a. I'll put DJ in a free tech.
Okay.
I'll put DJ in a free tech. My other D lineman, I'm going to go with. Where have I played? I played there. Played there. Oh, my boy Dio. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's now playing for the Houston Texans. Oh gosh, I can I can yeah, he's doing alright for himself. You know what I'm
There.
saying?
Yeah.
We've known each other since secondary school days. We went to the same secondary school.
Rah.
Yeah, man, that's my brother right there. Known him for like 10 years plus now.
Damn.
But yeah, he's obviously the guy plays for the Houston Texans now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he's chilling.
And yeah, he's chilling. Well, four linebackers. My two insides is gonna be David.
Yes.
Don't need to tell you why.
Yeah. Obvious
David.
reasons.
And then I'm going to go with where have I played again? I can't put someone else just like David in there. So I'm gonna go.
Hmm.
This is hard.
Yeah.
This is real hard actually.
Yeah. That's why I don't give you no preparation, is it? So you really got to
Yeah,
think.
man. You should have let me prepare for this. I could have put a real difficult team out there. No, I'm gonna save the middle backer for now. Let me think about
All
that.
right. Cool.
Two outsides. I'm I'm gonna play nickel formation. So I'm gonna have one DB as an outside linebacker
Yeah.
basically, but one linebacker is gonna be my boy Flamore. I played him this year at Cologne. This guy is built like TJ Watt, bro. Like, and he is dumb athletic. Like, he should be, he's gonna be in the league straight up. He made the IPP. He did the tryout. He's gonna be in the league. He's going all the way. He's crazy.
Wait,
Like
he did it.
that boy
Did he
is.
do the tryout this year? The
Yeah,
NFL
he
comp.
done it last year and this year.
Nice.
But he crazy athletic, bro. He a cool guy as well. And then my other outside backer, I'm gonna put Jason, Mister Captain Save Brick Ball, Jason Salome.
Oh.
I'm gonna put him at that nickel position because he's built like a linebacker anyway, and he's a smart player. He can cover man to man. So I'm gonna put him there. My corners, I'm going with two I played with at GB. I'm going Eddie Onamade,
Mm-hmm.
and Joe Cassidy. One's playing in America D3 right now. The other Eddie's single handedly one of the best players in the UK. Even though he's not played abroad this year,
Wow.
didn't play last year. He's one of the best players in the UK, hands
Damn.
down, hands down. My two safeties, and this is real hard because it's my position. Oh gosh,
Who would start over you?
on the safety. Okay, I put Jason down in the nick already.
Yeah, you did.
Oh boy. Oh, scrap that. Move Jason back. Put Janelle was playing middle linebacker. Janelle is gonna no. Jason's gonna stay down. Janelle is gonna play that middle linebacker next to
Okay.
David. Because Janelle can just do it all. My two safeties. Oh gosh. Oh, my boy Maceo. Maceo played with him. Um, no, I didn't even play with him. We went to the IPP together last year. Yeah, he just French dude, just crazy work ethic. Dude's like 6'2", can play corner, can play safety, can hit, can cover. You know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm.
And then with I'm gonna go Ayo. He plays for the Jags right now.
Okay. Man's got some.
Fun enough, I didn't get to play with him, but we played against each other in the All Star game. Played against each other when we beat Nottingham in the quarterfinals. But yeah,
Say that
man.
again. Say that again. When you beat who in the
Yeah,
quarterfinals?
the number one seed Nottingham in the quarterfinals. Yeah, when we beat them that year. Yeah, I'm gonna put dude's doing well for himself. Actually, I'm taking one of my corners out. I'm gonna take Joe out. I'm gonna take Joe out, and I'm gonna put Maceo down at corner, the French guy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put Marcel Dabo, he plays at the Colts,
Yeah.
him at safety with Ayo.
Yeah.
Maceo is gonna go down to corner. Joe's gonna miss out slightly, but Joe's still younger than all of them, so he got time. But yeah,
Okay. Solid offensive, solid defensive selections.
I'm gonna be real. That defensive team is peak.
Well,
No.
for once, man mentioned three people that are playing the NFL. You can't really go and beat that, can you? You can't really beat that type of
uh,
situation.
Three
Um,
NFL players, one CFL player.
Jesus, that sounds disgusting. My God. Right. Um,
That was me on the spot. You didn't even give me time to draw it up. That was me
yeah.
just on the spot. It might
Uh,
if I got time to actually think about it, but
Yeah, that's that. I'm not trying to make anybody think about it. I've not made not one person that I've interviewed have I let them do that. I refuse. I
you're lucky
refuse.
because that my team would have been disgusting. I've
Because
had the opportunity to play with hella ballers,
if I allow you to think about it, no, that's too much. But
man.
okay, so with that, yeah, you've played. Jesus, within 4 years, this guy has played from the lower, from one of the lowest ish levels in the UK to the highest in Europe, right? So you've played in all these leagues. Would there be ever a time in the future that you think I'll play a year in Britball?
No,
Okay, that's
no,
that's
straight up no, straight up no. Until Britball improves, until Britball improves, no, because I feel like, fun enough, I've talked about this with a couple of my boys. Like we would do it as like a joke thing, like before everyone decides, let's retire or something. Everyone just gets together, just let's play Britball. But the way my career is going right now, if I get where I want to,
yeah,
God willing, no. But that don't mean I won't give back to Britball. Like, I want to give back to to ball in this country heavily. Like if I get to the place I want to get to, I want to change Britball completely. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Like, but right now, I do not see the fact I wouldn't even play uni ball again. Like I don't see myself playing Britball again because I feel like there's a lot that needs to there's a lot that needs to change, and I feel like it would just annoy me.
yeah,
It would just
that's
annoy me.
that's fair. So then, do you feel that you're probably like top 10 at the DB position in the UK? Ah, I didn't catch that bit. Do you feel that you're up to your top 10, like one of the top
Top
10,
two,
top
top
two?
two, top 10 DB in the UK, top two, bro. I'm
Ooh,
gonna be
top
real.
two.
I'm
Okay,
the humble Chad is here still, but like at the same time, bro, like I know what I can do. Other people know what I can do.
okay. So if you're top two DB here in the UK, why are you not playing for the GB Lions?
Ask the coaches, not me.
So what happened in the process? Did you not get invited? Did you not
No,
try
so
out? What
obviously,
happened?
so Coach Scott is my guy, innit? Like he's been trying to recruit me to Nottingham for like 3 years. That's my guy. He will never quit trying to recruit me. Be up Coach Scott. Um, so when we were trying to do IP last year, after IP, I remember I went down, we did a practice or whatever, and then I was going through some things last off season, so I couldn't
Yeah,
make going to Nottingham every 2 weeks, whatever. So I made the ones I could. Um, and obviously I went Europe. I went to Europe. Um, so okay, this gonna sound people. Some people may take this the wrong way, innit?
hmm,
But some of us Europeans thought, okay, because we're playing in Europe, maybe um, coach may say or say, oh, do you guys want to come play, or do you guys want to, when you guys are back, we still have a couple camps before. Maybe you guys come and see, and we'll see if you're up to playing for us, isn't it?
yeah.
Because we've been playing at the highest levels in Europe. But obviously, coach has had another thought process about it. So I don't think there's many of us European ballers that were even given the shout to come play.
Oh,
I think Courtney is the only one, and that's because he signed for Berlin halfway through the season, so he was still in the country while still doing a lot of training sessions
but
and stuff.
Frankie's in the squad, I believe.
No, Frankson, my boy Frankson was good.
Yeah, they haven't released the squads, but I know that Frankie's in the squad. That, to be honest, if I drop this before the Italy game, boy, people are gonna be asking questions on how the hell I know this. But I know some of the squad members. So, but Frankie played a year for obviously he played for Hamburg. He's in the squad, and he hardly went to any of the GB trade sessions.
Well,
You know, just the
no, it is what it is, man. For me, I feel like, how do I say this? I understand what they're trying to do, not just let people just be able to just walk onto the team in a sense.
yeah,
But at the same time, these other countries are playing their best ballers available.
yeah,
Like I played against some of the ballers
so you know what is
that
coming.
they're going to be playing, or I didn't play, or I played in the same league. Let me change that because I didn't get to play against a couple of them. But I played in the same league against some of these guys. Like I had to game plan, or when I'm game planning for a team, I'm watching the game tape from these other guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe it'll work. I don't know. We'll see.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm still young. These guys have been coaching longer than I've been alive. So you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you never know. But you know, I feel like some European ballers shouldn't be punished for playing in Europe because
True.
the the reason we play in Europe is because we're good enough to play in Europe.
So there should be a reason
So
why.
like, I'm not saying that guys should just be given like a gold card to just
Get
yeah,
on it
whatever. But
automatically.
at the same time, hear us out. Like we play in Europe, we're not able to fly back freely. Like even during bye weeks, some teams still have training sessions. Um, yeah, man, it's not easy for us just to fly back and just
Do
come
it
and
whatever.
train. You know what I'm saying? And we have to think about injury risks as well. Like if I get injured, coming back to train for GB, how my team gonna feel about? Are my team gonna cover my expenses?
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, a lot of things go into it, but I just feel like it would have been nice for some of us to be given an opportunity to still like be considered and stuff. But I said, in the grand scheme of things, it's gonna sound harsh, but GB isn't a big thing on my list anymore. If that makes sense.
Makes sense. It does.
Like, I don't want anyone to say that in a cocky way. Actually, I don't care how anyone takes it. Like, I know we both know what I mean by that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know exactly what I mean by that.
Yeah.
I don't mean it in a cocky way. I'm not a cocky person. I just mean like I'm still trying to grow my career, stuff like that. I just said like, I'm still trying to progress at any given opportunity. At the same time, I wanted to play GB because I wanted to play with my boys.
Yeah.
Like it was an opportunity to play with my boys, play against people that I've heard about on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like I met Courtney ETN safety. I met him through GB. I'd heard about him before, but I met him when I first came back to train for GB. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's one of my guys now. You know what I'm saying? So just situations like that, it's good to meet people, link up, da da da. But at the same time, it's not a priority for me.
Yeah. I get that.
So not making it, it was just like, oh. But then my thing was a couple ballers that were in the country should have made it, but didn't. I'm still confused about that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That's the part that's confusing me.
Yeah. I get that. I get that. I get that quite a bit.
Like I said, I'm not the coach. I don't know the ins and outs. I can only give you my opinion from where I sit.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
That is actually really true. So, for all the leagues that you have played for, right? What would you say was the most heartbreaking moment in a game?
Probably this year. Um, I tore my sartorius, which is one of my hip flexors, off the bone
Jesus.
in a game against Barcelona. Um, Mainly because it was a big game. So, fun enough, Cologne had played Barcelona the day I signed for them,
Mm.
and they just lost by like 2 points. Like it was a shootout. So the main thing was, if they'd had me, people saying, okay, they could have won that game because they had another DB. You know what I'm saying? Da, da, da. So when it comes to play Barcelona, they were one of the best teams in the league this year, pass heavy team. I'd had a couple complications during the season, so like I was fully healthy again. Well, not fully, you're never fully healthy, but you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
healthy enough. Um, their air raid offense, you know what I'm saying? So everything was gonna be a good. Warming up, I felt good. I just knew that it was gonna be one of those games that this is gonna be my game. Made a good third down stop against the Titan. He's one of my boys. Um, then in the third drive of the game, I tear my sartorius off the bone, and yeah, man, it was real heartbreaking. Really, I'm still recovering from it. The main thing is just the mental aspect of injuries. Like us players, we don't talk about it enough.
Yeah.
It's just like part of it is really hard, and I feel like the more eyes that are on you, the harder it gets. You know what I'm saying? Because you have a lot of people to please. It's a business at the end of the day, so you only get paid. You get paid for your performances. So for me, it was like I'm off the field, like bro, my team could cut me at any moment if they wanted to. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's a good
saying?
point.
They stopped by me, but like any moment they can cut me. It's not Britball anymore where I'm paying to play. So bro, they have to hold on to me. But
Yeah.
so yeah, man, it was hard. It's up there with the that and probably like the semi final when I tore my MCL against Swansea because
Jeez.
that was the only ever final I was gonna play in. So I've never played in a final technically.
Oh.
Um, so yeah, man, that was heartbreaking because of the tough season we had, and I was one of the captains for that season. So yeah, man, those are two moments. But this year probably hit a bit more because it's still fresh. I'm still recovering from the injury,
Yeah.
and it had some consequences afterwards. Like, yeah. So yeah, man. But you know, we move. You know, we get through it.
Yeah, you'll
Move.
be, and you'll be back to full health anytime soon anyway.
Yeah, man. I got good people around me as well. I got people like Jason, Aaron, Mahoney Jones. He's like that's them two really helped me get through it. Glenn, like these people I can just talk to when I'm down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
And even my boys and my boy Io in the NFL, like I talk to him whenever and just
Damn.
yeah. So the point we were on was just like yeah, there's the pay thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's a
Mm.
job to me now.
Well,
Like
I'm sorry to
when
bring
someone
up
says, "What's your
more bad
profession?"
bad
My
feelings,
profession
but
is
how
I'm a
close?
athlete.
Oh,
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
we know
So
how close you
the
were
pay
to winning
thing
a
does come
championship.
into thing, but then at the same
Um,
time, I would love to be
but
able to play in front of
would
my friends
you
and family.
transfer to a
Like
team
so many of my
that
friends have helped me
is
get to
most
this
likely
point
going?
that
Well,
it would be a
year left
goal of
isn't
mine just to
really
have them all in the crowd, just
automatic on who
watching
would
me. You
win.
know what I'm saying?
But if you
There's
back in
few things that
Britball,
will make me happier. You
or
know what I'm
if you were
saying?
in a
Than my
league where you
mum
knew that there was one
seeing,
team that's
because
always
I've
going to
always
win it,
talked to my mum
would you
about the
transfer to that
sacrifices
team
and
to win it,
all
or are
what
you
I'm trying to
fighting
get
that
to
out
and everything like that. But obviously, for her
to
to be able
try
to
win?
see it live, or
If it was coming to your later
would
ends,
I'd probably cry on the field after the game, bro. Like that would just make my day. And then also be able to be with my friends and
all
family
right,
after games, go chill, and then obviously just being at home. Obviously, it would be
okay,
great, but there's so many factors that come into that decision. So I feel like when the London team comes, we'll see. I'd love to, but there'll be a lot of things that have to be in place for me
yeah.
to make that choice.
Mm. Tr-
Alright, so
All
I'm gonna
right,
go with the newbies first. The guys that never picked up the sport before. I'd say just give it a go, man. You've got to be fearless. Just give it a go.
literally
American
being
football
consistent.
looks a lot more daunting than it actually is. Like it is, this sport has given me
Mm.
such an
Ah,
adrenaline rush. This sport has changed my life. This sport has done
yes,
so much for me. Like I always want people to
we
try it
want to
out.
win.
Like this is a sport that it teaches you a lot.
Yeah, there's no
It
point of
teaches you
wasting
how
the
to get
time.
through adversity. It teaches you how to just be. It just made me a better person as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're not trying to take it professionally, sport taught me a lot, and I'd want everyone else to get that opportunity as well. You know what I'm saying? You meet a whole range of people that you would never have associated with before. You can make so many connections because you're in such a big team. You get what I'm saying? You can make so many connections. You can just do
Yeah.
so much, and like, yeah, man, this sport it's for me the best sport in the world, and
Yeah.
it just done so much for me. I would love for everyone to even just give it a go. And then for the people that are trying to go Europe, I've got a couple pieces of advices. Like one of them, you have to be realistic with yourself. That sounds so harsh, but that sounds ridiculously harsh, but you have to be realistic with yourself. Like,
Okay.
don't
So
expect
then,
to
I'm guessing somewhere
an
like that,
ELF team
one of
to
the new
shout you
teams in the ELF,
when
you
you
wouldn't
don't
really
even
think
play at the
about going
highest
there
level
because
in
you
your
don't know what the
country.
structure would be
You know
like.
what I'm
So
saying?
like Paris or
It sounds so harsh.
Switzerland or
It's recording though. It's
hmm
recording. Yeah. I can see the timer. No, but yeah, I'd say you have to be realistic with yourself. Like you can't be playing it's still recording, don't worry. You can't be playing
so
D D3 ball in the UK and then expect an ELF team to shout you. You get what I'm saying? You have to try and get to the highest
this is
level
legit.
in your country and play against people that have been given those opportunities before and stuff like that. For them, these teams to even look at you. Like, bro, I was playing GB stuff, and I was shouting
Yeah.
teams. Like, I was the one shouting every team under the sun. They weren't trying to give me opportunities because I didn't have the pedigree. I still didn't have the pedigree. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure you are ready and are good enough for that level before you even try to get there.
Oh man,
And
nice.
another thing
Yeah.
I'd say is make all the connections you can. So every good baller you've seen,
Yeah.
just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Just interact with them, DM them. Like, everyone already knows that if you DM me and you ask me a question, I will answer. I may not get back to you straight away,
Yeah. It's
but
just
like I will. Anyone that's DM me. I've
yeah.
had like 14-year-old youths that
Oh,
started playing ball DM me. I respond to them.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Anyone. I've had people from France, especially. I respond. Reach out. Like don't be prideful.
Know where you're
If you
going.
really want to make this thing work, you have to lower your pride and reach out. Ask questions where you can.
Okay.
Everyone's not going to respond because people are busy. People don't have the time
Okay.
to
So then, all right.
respond. But
So if let's say
ask.
the ELF got a team in
Don't
London,
get
are you
fed.
staying put or are you going abroad?
If you feel like my first point that you possibly
Oh
was
yeah,
playing
we've
D3,
had
but
this
you are at the
conversation.
level
We've had this
to play
conversation at
ELF,
training.
go to these trials.
Very common session.
Costs a bit of money, but this
So
sport is expensive.
if
You don't even want to
that's
know
the
the amount
thing,
I have to
because
spend
again,
a month
yes, staying in the UK is
financing
great,
my life in this
but
sport, bro.
you get the
Like,
chance to go visit another country,
the sport
you
is
know, live in that
expensive. So
culture,
if
but
you really want to make it work,
you're
reach
staying
out,
close to
go
home
to these
where your family
camps,
and friends will be able to
go
come
this,
watch
go there,
every
do what
single
you
week.
can,
You
because
get to
then
play in
you'll
front of a
genuinely
home
see
crowd.
if you
What?
are at that level. Trust me, bro. Everyone thinks they got it until they're
Yeah.
there, bro, and you're seeing a 6'6" tight end right in your face. Dookie looking like a D lineman, bro. And he's there running at you, and you're thinking, blood of Jesus. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Bro, I had that, bro. One second game, Berlin. I lined up their tight end, Nico, 6'5", something, something, something pounds, bro. Running at me. I had to think about life for a second. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. And the last thing I'll say to these ballers that want to make it, bro, train. Like, get yourself a coach. Get yourself actually
Yeah.
train properly. A lot of you guys are still training like you're a bodybuilder in the gym and stuff. That's not gonna work. Reach out and train with these guys. Train with Excel performance. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to Glenn.
Oh,
Train with 80 performance. I've got an SSC coach. Okay, Charlie. Okay, bro. That guy done wonders for me. I would not be in the position I am without him.
done.
Train like an athlete, and if you don't have the knowledge, reach out to those guys that do. You know what I'm saying? In the UK, we're getting to that point where we are getting people that have the resources, have the knowledge. Get yourself a speed coach. It's not cheap, but you guys that want to make it work, German athletes are doing so well because in Germany they've got the strength conditioning coaches, they've got the speed coaches, they've got this, they've got that. So here, like, we're now getting to the point we've got guys that are willing to help do these things. Obviously, everything costs. Nothing's free in this world. But reach out to Excel. Even me, I've started my own coaching service now, innit? Like for linebackers and DBs. Reach out. AT Performance, Glenn and Mike, they do great things, bro. Like even just talking to Glenn, the knowledge these guys have, because they spend years developing their knowledge, stuff like reach out. Even all these ballers like Aaron don't play ball anymore, but all these guys have played. Aaron played JUCO in America. Bro, reach out, ask him, okay, you know you're a running back. Aaron was a running back. But hey, I know you don't play anymore, but would you mind coaching me up for a little bit? Because you think this guy went JUCO and wasn't any good. You know what I'm saying? He may not play anymore, but he knows how to train. Aaron is in tremendous shape as well still, you know what I'm saying? So you have to really put a step forward and really think, am I doing enough? Even me, bro, sometimes like I've only got back into the gym today for my off season because of my injury and stuff. But like there's times that I sit there sometimes, even during my last off season, I sat there. I'm already going to gym 6 days a week. I'm already doing this. I'm already doing that. I'm thinking, am I doing enough? Think there's always someone out there doing more than you. Are you doing enough? Are you putting everything you want into this so that you can actually say, I deserve these opportunities? Don't fool yourselves. Like there's too many people fooling themselves in this, and they have people not telling them the truth. You get what I'm saying? If you really want this, if you really want this, bro, it is not easy. It is not cheap. But guess what? If you really want it, you'll do what you gotta do, bro. Like put it this way, my family don't see me half a year, and even when I'm home, like, but I've got a young brother and sister. Even when I'm home, last off season, I used to go to gym at night, right? I used to go to gym at like midnight with my boy Ed. I'd get back at like 3 a.m., 2, 3 a.m. I'd sleep. My brother and sister, by the time I'm waking up, my brother and sister had gone to school. By the time they got back, I'd probably gone to do my conditioning. By the time I come back, they're asleep. You know what I'm saying? There's one time last year, like during my last off season, bro, my mum and I barely saw each other. Like, cause my mum works like crazy, so we barely saw each other. And then even from there, I then went to Turkey. I come back for the week. I'm seeing everyone I didn't get to see, and then I'm back off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make sacrifices. It is what it is. But you want to make this work, you'll do what you have to, bro. Off season, every athlete in this thing in the off season will tell you their bank accounts bleed. Like, they scream at you. They scream. Bro, food to coaching to just rehab to keeping your body right to all this stuff, bro. Your bank account scream at you. It's not easy, but if you really want to make it work, if you really want to make it work, you will make it work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was a long-winded answer, but you know, it's just from just Europe as a whole. So, oh yeah. So one DC that I really want to learn under is the Hamburg Sea Devils DC, Coach Ellison. That guy, like he just seems like he seems like the guy. Like from what I've heard, he's a great DC. Like he's one of the guys as well. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of the because he used to play. He's American. He used to play in Europe for a while, but the way he the way he's got his team playing, like because one thing you have ballers, but then the fact your ballers want to play for you and the way they play for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. You can always tell whilst watching a team, like they want to play for their coach. You know what I'm saying? So that's one guy I really wanna learn under as like a DC position. I'm gonna give a shout out to my DC this year, Coach J, Coach Javon Lenhart. That guy, bro, I really wish I was there from the start of the season. That guy is single handedly the best coach I've been under, and I feel like he will be one of the best coaches I've ever been coached by. The way that guy developed my game in half a season, and that's with me having injuries. That's with me not being able to train for a couple of weeks here and there, but just learning from him because he was an American, so he played at Missouri for 4 years, played NFL Europe, couple practice squads for the league, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to be able to learn under him again. Um, Even I'm gonna be going back to Cologne a couple of times, just obviously just to train with him. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know what I'm saying. So he was like real good. And another guy I really wanna I've really been looking at is a Ryan Fire head coach. Um, Jim, I think his name's like Jim Hamsula or something. He used to coach in the NFL. He used to be head coach of the San Francisco 49ers back in the day. So I had a couple of conversations with him when we played Ryan Fire this year, because I was injured that game. So I had a couple of conversations with him. I just would love to see like the mentality of like an NFL coach. You know what I'm saying? Just to see how it is, how they do things, and that kind of vibe. So yeah, those three coaches are the ones. Obviously, I've already played under one of them, but yeah, those three coaches are the ones that I've really sort of kept an eye on. And I'll give a shout out to a UK coach as well, actually, Coach Wayne Hill. He was my coach for the All Star game. Uh, he actually made me captain for the All Star team that year, man. But he was an op coach because he was a Birmingham coach. But at the same time, that I really want to learn under him. That I'd really love to just pick his brain football wise and understand how he does things. Because yeah, man, that's the one UK coach that I'm curious about. Athletic. I think that'll be the main word. Athletic. They would say that too. Actually, they would therefore. Even my coach Jay in Cologne, but he always used to cuss me out. He'd be like, hey, don't reach too far. You might injure yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'll tell you, I think I'd say athletic because I feel like I've shown at every level that no matter what athlete I come against, I can compete with them. That's one thing I've shown from the start. Relentless. I feel like I've shown at every level that um, I want this. You know what I'm saying? I want this, and I've shown that you put a challenge in front of me. I may not figure it out there and then, but I will come back to you with an answer. Like I will figure it out, and I will show you that you may think I can't do it, but listen, I will do it, whether you like it or not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I coach now, my boy. I coach now. Not every, most, most of them, most of them. Oh, yeah, I'll be down getting this. Appreciate you having me, bro. For real. Anytime, bro. Anytime. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to say thank you to Chad for jumping into the episode for today. There was a bit of technical difficulties within the last couple of minutes. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you all for jumping in. I hope you've had a great time understanding Chad's story from his humble beginnings to where he is now playing in the highest level in Europe. It was a very great conversation that we've had with him, and I'm hoping to do more as he goes back to Cologne to play for the Centurions this season. So I hope you all are safe, and I hope you're great. Take care.